Hello, loves. Let's make this cake together while I answer some of your questions. Part 4. So first up, we have from Dino Nuggets. Love the name. What tips do you have for people who want to start decorating cakes? My first tip is just start. Just do it. First, do it for family and friends, because when you make something for free for family and friends, there is no pressure, there is no anxiety, because if you mess up, no big deal. It came from the heart. It's not something they're paying for. It's more like a gift. And this way you get to practice your skills, and trust me, you learn from your mistakes. I, till this day, 12 years later, still learn from my mistakes. For example, this is my first time making this kind of cake right here. I sure did learn a few things by making it. And because this cake is for my sister, there is no pressure on me. I have no anxiety if it's gonna work or not. If it falls apart, oh well. Second tip is start small. First, learn how to fill a cake, then how to ice a cake, then how to cover a cake with buttercream, and then continue on to covering a cake with fondant. And I personally have a couple of videos on how to do all those things, but you can always just type it into Google and it'll have a YouTube video come up if you don't want to watch mine. And just practice, practice, practice. Once you feel comfortable, if you wanted to sell them to others, then you can begin. And I would start again with people who are closer to you. So again, you don't have that anxiety feeling of what if it goes wrong and then these people are paying for it? What if they don't like it? Because that's always my concern. Next question is from Testa Mint. That's cute. Do I have any tips for keeping my workstation clean? Stuff that you wouldn't usually know. Well, I feel like cleaning as you work is the best policy. But sometimes even I don't do that, because once I'm done with a cake, I turn around and it's an absolute disaster. Sometimes I'm just too excited to have a cake finish. So I just keep going and going and going. And then all of a sudden I turn around and all my cabinets are open. Things are all over the counters. In terms of cleaning supplies and whatnot, I just use the basics. Clorox wipes are literally my favorite things ever, because I just wipe everything down and make sure that they're germ free. And I spray the counters and wipe away, and that's it. Nothing really special about it. Soap and water and a little scrub is your best friend. Oh yes, I also use really hot water, because buttercream does not wash off unless you're using hot water. I don't know how anybody else is actually washing buttercream off of their pans. And hands too. Next up, Live in the Void asks, how do you come up with the fun cake flavors you do? Happy Sunday, thank you. To be honest, those are just regular cake flavors, I feel like. Typically, what cake flavor would go good with what cake flavor? For example, marble cake is always great with chocolate mousse or cookies and cream. Vanilla, I think, works best with custard. Fruit goes best with custard filling, or even just plain buttercream. So I feel like there really isn't a lot of variety, I would say. And those are typically the flavors most people choose for their parties, because no one really wants to opt for new flavors in case people don't like the cake. Okay, next one is from Cheeky Charlie. What's the one memory that you think of fondly from your childhood? Okay, so we came new to this country, right? We didn't really know much about Christmas, but my cousins who have lived here all their life did. And they did celebrate Christmas. We didn't really know what Christmas was at the time. And when we went to their house, they had this huge Christmas tree. And I'm telling you, presents from the front all the way to the end of the living room. Let me tell you how jealous I was. So my parents felt bad and my mom bought this little tinsel tree. Do you guys remember those from the 90s? And I know we couldn't afford as many gifts as they could, but my mom made sure to get at least each of us a gift. We were only 3 kids at the time. So I remember coming home and my mom had bought me one gift, and I opened it and it was Mall Madness. Until this day, I think it was like the best game board ever. I actually bought one off of eBay to play with my kids when they were younger, and I still have it. But let me tell you, of all the games that my cousins got, we literally played that game every single day. And I remember it being the best. Anywho, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Join me next time while I answer more of your questions. Love you!